People usually say this when they think they're being supportive. You do. People usually say this when they think they're being supportive. It sounds relaxed, open-minded, almost generous. You do you. It shows up at the end of conversations, after advice, after disagreement, after someone shares a choice that doesn't quite land well. The phrase feels neutral, like a way to step back politely. Not approval, not disapproval, just distance wrapped in kindness. Most of the time, no one reacts to it. The conversation moves on, everyone nods. But something subtle happens in that moment. The discussion doesn't end, it simply dissolves, and whatever was shared is left standing alone. It usually appears when someone makes a decision that feels slightly unexpected. A career change, a relationship choice, a different opinion. There's a small pause, maybe a raised eyebrow, maybe a polite smile, and then it comes. You do you. It sounds accepting, even progressive, like a signal that there's no judgment. But it often carries a subtle shift in tone, not engagement, not curiosity, just a gentle withdrawal. The speaker steps back. The responsibility for the choice becomes fully yours, and the conversation quietly changes direction, not toward understanding, but toward separation. Over time, the phrase becomes a shortcut. It replaces follow-up questions. It replaces real curiosity. Instead of asking why, or how it feels, or what comes next, you do you. The words create space, but not the kind that invites connection. It's space that signals distance. The speaker stays neutral, uninvolved, untouched. And because the phrase sounds kind, no one challenges it. The moment closes softly, not with conflict, not with support, just with separation that feels polite enough to accept. On the receiving end, the phrase lands quietly. You're not offended, you're not upset, but you feel the shift. The conversation doesn't open, it closes. There's no invitation to explain further, no signal that anyone wants to understand more. You do you sounds like freedom, but it can also feel like being left alone with your choice. Not supported, not challenged, just released, without connection. Most people don't use this phrase to be dismissive. They use it to stay comfortable. You do you avoids conflict. It avoids disagreement. It avoids the effort of staying present in a conversation that feels complicated. The phrase sounds respectful. It sounds modern. It sounds like acceptance. But often it's a way to step out without saying so. It lets the speaker feel open-minded without engaging further. No questions, no follow-up, no responsibility, just a clean exit, wrapped in good intentions. At some point, you recognize yourself. You've said it, not to push someone away, not to shut them down, but because it felt easier than staying in the moment. You do you. It sounded kind, it sounded respectful, and maybe it was, but maybe it was also a way to step back without saying why, without asking more, without listening longer, just enough distance to feel polite. And if moments like this feel familiar, the quiet kind that doesn't turn into conflict, but also doesn't turn into connection, you might want to stick around. Who approved this?